Hello and welcome all to the 15th and final part of the first phase of Begin Right, a series for parents where we discuss parental role in child's education. Baby Steps Part 9, Early Learning Part 3. We'll look into one more important aspect of early learning, multilingual grooming in this part. If your child is in the age group 0 to 5, of course this is for you. But even if your child is little more grown up, this will be a very useful video for you. We can introduce multilingual grooming to our child at a very early age. We are very keen on telling our child A for apple, B for ball, C for cat at a very young age, isn't it? The moment the child starts sitting, we are eager to buy nice picture books for him with colored pictures, and then this is a very usual fond ritual to feed the child with some book in front of him. If we can make a small change or addition to this, instead of keeping any one book in one language, if we keep two parallel books or simply hang two boards on your wall in two different languages of your preference and give him a comparative grooming, like say A for apple, same time you can say अननसाचा किंवा आईचा, J for jug आणि जहाजाचा. Also pinpoint the respective letters and pictures to him. The multilingual connections will start developing in his mind. That will also give him a good understanding of the basic alphabet, cross connection of the respective letters in the alphabet. That will also develop his capacity of spelling, his phonical understanding, and it will be a great fun. Try it out. Multilingual exposures are introducing or exposing the child to more than one languages at a time. This happens by default in families that have both parents belonging to two different areas. Automatically both the languages are spoken in the family and the children pick up both the languages equally fluently. They do not mix up, they don't get confused, and they don't get burdened also. This has been proven scientifically. Moreover, the neural connections that they develop in the parallel understanding of languages. How is the same sentence said in language A and how is it said in language B and how is it said in language C with the correct phonetics and the correct pauses extremely enhances their intellectual capabilities, and such children are proven to be much more profound than the other lot of children. We can consciously give this multilingual exposures to our child in our day-to-day life very easily. If we can manage to give it to them parallelly, the effects are enhanced. Like suppose a famous poem, Pussycat, Pussycat, where have you been? I've been to London to see the Queen. Pussycat, Pussycat, what did you there? I frightened a little mouse under the chair. We have a parallel poem to this in Marathi. मनुताई मनुताई गेला होता कुठं, राजाच्या महालात राणी होती तिथं. मनुताई मनुताई तिथे काय केलं, उंदीर मामाला हाकलून दिलं. They need not be explained which line is what and what means what. if we associate both these poems with same actions, they will automatically interpret that pussycat is Manutai, queen is Rani, little mouse is Undir Mama. So those associations are of great help, and such things are a great fun interaction with the child. Enjoy every moment and also enrich your child parallelly. It's not difficult at all. When the child grows up a little, you can tell him the same story in more than one languages. Once again, if you associate the story with the action, they will not have to be explained which word means what. You may start with very short stories, hare and tortoise or such stories where you can show more than one things with action. Simply narrate the same story in English, then maybe in Hindi or any of your mother tongue, and they will develop these multilingual associations. For a little more grown up, you may show the same news to the child in English paper and your vernacular paper. Compare the pictures, compare the headlines. Children visually start understanding which word is what. They don't need to know the spellings. Or for audio exposures, you may just tune on to your news channel in more than one languages. The headlines are always the same. They will pick up the audio signals of what word means what. Such kind of parallel exposures to multiple languages is a great intellect enhancer, and we can very easily adapt to it. It's also a great fun. If you have the inclination, together you may learn a new language altogether. And notice, children will learn it faster than you. They are dry sponges, we are little filled, right? To begin right for the academic orientation of your child, we need to look at these things: boost, nurture, develop creativity in your child, innovation, application, hands-on things, and independent thinking, because we are moving from a world of mechanical understanding to the world of cognitive understanding. Mechanical information is available at the click of the mouse today, so that will not have any validity. But the creativity, application, and independent thinking that a human brain has, machines will still need to go 1,000 years to reach there. So if you really wish to groom your child academically, emphasize on these aspects of learning than mechanical aspects, degrees, and all other things. Learning is fun when you love what you do. Learning is fun when you can choose how to learn. Learning is fun when you feel safe. Learning is fun when it becomes a healthy addiction. Learning is fun when you are appreciated for who you are. Learning is fun when the environment is inspiring. And learning is also fun when it is fun to fail. When the child is not afraid of failure, he can be a real good learner. Thank you for joining us on all these videos. This is a very small attempt from my side, wherein we are in a pool, in an ocean of all good ways of giving our child a good learning, orienting our child academically. Thank you for watching all these videos of phase 1. You can of course search for the phase 2 and phase 3 videos in your description box. Please leave your comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was a great pleasure to connect with you. Thank you.